Hey, Sam here. It's been a while. Welcome back. Yeah, got a bandsaw, so that's exciting. I just set it up tonight. I've had it for a while. I just haven't had time to get it going. And the first thing I cut was this GoPro mount, and I stuck it to my new helmet. So let's ride around. Well, here we are. Good evening. I wonder how well this is going to do at night. I haven't shot that much stuff on a GoPro at night. I don't know. I bet right now it's like all speedometer, but whatever. Yeah. So if you're new to watching my YouTube videos, welcome. I used to make a lot of videos, mainly when I've worked from home. I did a bit when I worked at Canvas, I guess. That is sharper than I thought it was. Gosh, it's pretty up here. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but it is very pretty over there. Yeah, so turn the lights on. Yeah, so a lot of my stuff's just me talking. Nothing too exciting. Yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere more lit after we get to the top. It is dark up here. Which I'm sure is good for the video, and also real safe. Yeah, so when I've done these in the past, I've just talked about whatever, mixed in with random asides from things I've seen on the road or whatever. So, yeah, what do you want to talk about? I'll tell you about this, the beginning of this video, which I shot a few times. Maybe I'll cut in some footage now. Whatever, it's just all me standing in front of the camera talking. Not too exciting. Yeah, I was like, got my bandsaw, haven't used it yet, but I'm excited to. So first I needed to like set it up, and then that took a long time, and then I went to like go eat dinner, and then came back, and I was like, it's kind of boring, I'm just gonna like stay with the bandsaw and make my cuts, and then show the stuff. Also, I'm like, it's my first cuts on the bandsaw. If I'm doing something horribly wrong, I don't want to like show you. I know, that's why I rarely film woodworking in general, because I don't know what I'm doing, and all the woodworking I watch is like kind of instructional. It's like, look how good I am at this, here's how to do it, which I'm into personally because I don't know anything. That's actually how I learned, was watching good people on YouTube. Gosh, I hope you can see this on the video. It is just insane out there. I like San Francisco. Yeah, do you see that? I hope you can see that. Awesome. Anyway, yeah, so I made my cuts. The like plastic thing you stick onto stuff for GoPros is a lot bigger than it needs to be. I was looking at it last night. I tried like for over an hour, like all different places I could stick it and not be annoying for what I'm trying to do. And I just landed on, like, no matter what I'm doing, chin's the best spot. But the thing's really big, and it kind of like stuck off a little bit, didn't stick on super well. So I was thinking, like, well, I could just cut it down, because the stuff that attaches to it doesn't actually, it doesn't need to be there. It's just nice to have. So I cut all that off, and it still fits on here just fine. Hasn't fallen off. Yeah, still here. Yep. So, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't, it definitely looks bad. relative to just the clean no GoPro, but you know, whatever. That's what it is, I suppose. I have some GoPro mounts on this bike. This is my Ducati Scrambler that I put on a while back for some alternate shots. Kind of inspired by the Revzilla folks. They have some super well shot bike review videos. And I was gonna get a bunch of GoPro sessions and get like a crap ton of angles, and then I could edit it all cool. Because these are such boring videos visually. Just me riding around. I never go this way. I'm gonna go this way. So yeah. So I still have GoPro mounts on this thing that I haven't used. So I guess I should get some more GoPros. I don't know. They're not that expensive to get sessions. But I also feel stupid buying a whole bunch of cameras so you all can watch me ride around. I don't know, because they're not good videos. So I don't know. So yeah, I'm new to this whole have a job thing. Normally, I guess I would complain about my clients, which is real professional, or whatever else. My current side project I'm working on full time, or whatever, is my previous topics. But I don't want to just complain about stuff at work, because generally I like it. I mean, there's obviously stuff that bothers me, which is going to be anywhere you work. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we can go this way. I don't know. So, yeah. I don't know. I've been working on some side projects. Let's talk about that. That's better. I've been trying to be more positive lately, which has been good. I feel like if you just try to be positive, it's easier to be positive for the most part. I don't know. My password at work, I changed it, so I don't mind telling you. My password at work was stay positive. So every time I locked my computer, which is a lot per day, I'd have to type stay positive, which was kind of nice. But then I typed it in Slack like an idiot, so I had to change it. I typed it once and my screen didn't wake up, so I typed it again, thinking it didn't work. But it did work, it just hadn't woken up fast enough, and then I posted it in Slack. Moron. So anyway, you can't delete Slack messages at Lyft. It's like an organization setting. I mean, so I edited it to be like period, which is basically what people do to delete, which is why it's stupid that you can't delete stuff. I mean, I guess you can see that someone typed something, you just can't see what it was. I don't know. Anyway, so we're talking about Lyft. Anyway, I'm trying to stay positive, so let's be positive. As I'm just like, man, I'm so stupid. I'm interested to hear if this makes the audio better. We'll find out, I guess. I just closed my visor. Yeah. So, well, let's check the gear real quick. Just like I don't know. Maybe you're curious. This is a GoPro Hero 5, whatever number. The newest one, I think. Maybe there's a 6 now. I don't know. It's a 5, I'm pretty sure. Let's go this way, I guess. I don't know. You're welcome. Well, it's not bright over here. I should go like downtown or something. Like bright. I'll go in Embarcadero. That could be cool. It is also not warm, so this might not be as long as I'd planned. Not that I planned anything. I don't know. Rambling. All right. So, what was I saying? Gosh dang. Oh yeah, GoPro, and then I have a Sennheiser video mic. I don't know. I'll put a link in the description. It's just like a little microphone, like a lavalier microphone for iPhones. So it has a lightning connector, and it's a pretty nice microphone. It's not that expensive, if I remember right. So I just Velcro it in the inside of my helmet. I think that sounds okay. Last I listened to it. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Maybe it sounds terrible. I don't know. Yeah. So side project, I guess. Yeah. I've been working on this thing called Beta Box, which is, I'm recycling the name. I mean, it's basically what it was before, just, well, it's a little different. Anyway, the week of WWDC, a couple years ago, several years ago now, geez. My friend Caleb Davenport and I were working on a test flight thing, because at the time test flight wasn't owned by Apple, and it wasn't great. So we're like, we could do better. Let's do better. We're gonna make it so it would like sign it for you and deal with provisioning and like all this crap. Basically like Buddy Build, which also is owned by Apple now. But anyway, we started on that and we bought the domain and we're really excited about it. We worked on it like full time for like a day or two, I think. Like literally the days before Apple announced test flight. So that was stupid. Anyway, then we just stopped working on it like that day because the Apple one's pretty good. I mean, there's room for improvement, but I mean it's the integration they do you can't do on your own, and it's pretty good. So yeah, wow, this guy's backing up. Oh, yawning. What are you doing, guy? Ugh. So recently, I was thinking about this a lot actually when I was working on contrast with my friend Matt D. Smith. He's MDS on Twitter. We worked on this thing. We shot a bunch of video too and never released it. I really need to like send that to him. Oh, I was gonna work on that this week. Sorry, this is how. Welcome. This is how these go. Anyway. Yeah. So we wanted a thing so we could like distribute it not in the App Store, possibly. We like went back and forth on this for a while. We were thinking about doing it like Sketch style, which I think is really good. You buy a year subscription to Sketch, or like a year license at a time, I guess. And then when you run out, you just like don't get updates anymore. So then whenever you launch it, in the top right, it shows you how many updates you are behind. I've never not renewed my license, and I really don't need any of the new features they released. It's just kind of like, well, I don't know, I guess I'll get it. I was like, no, I don't really need it. And then I'll see that thing nagging me about how many updates I am behind. It was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna buy it. Anyway, that whole system is, she almost fell. That whole system is like really good, but it's all proprietary. So I was thinking about making something similar. I mean, not exactly their thing, but a similar, like if you have a Mac app and you want to sell it not in the App Store, it's a huge pain, which is why the App Store is awesome, or at least like why we hoped it would be awesome, but Apple doesn't seem to care about it too much. Anyway, there's a fair amount of people that want to sell their own apps not in the App Store, on the Mac. I mean, not that many people, I guess. Whatever. I'm excited about it personally. I know it's stupid. So anyway, I started working on Beta Box. I need to change the name, but I had the domain, and someone tried to buy it from me once, so I feel like it's a good domain just because someone wanted to buy it, which I know is not logical, but I'm into it. Anyway, everyone's blocking traffic. Oh, here's a Uber self-driving car. Oh, did they just hit that car? They totally just hit that car. Or they stopped suddenly. Something. What are you... I don't know what is happening. I'm sure that self-driving car is losing its mind. Especially me passing it on it. Anyway. Yeah, so... what was I saying? Yeah, anyway, I wanted a thing to distribute beta Mac apps. And a friend as well, recently, he's a designer, he wanted to distribute a Mac app beta. Or like just a Mac app to some friends, like not a, like, you know, wide distribution, but wanted to auto-update. He was like, hey, how do I do that? And I was like, yeah, there's really not a way for you to do that easily. Now Sparkle, which is like the main auto updater for Mac, requires that you DSA sign your updates, which is awesome. Like, important for security. I've got to get a different route. I don't want to be behind this bus. So, doing the DSA stuff is really difficult if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you're not really like that technical, or at least like with Mac stuff. So, the plan was to just automate all of that. So that's what I've been working on. It's a little web service that hosts Appcast, which is how you update Mac apps with Sparkle. And a little Mac app to help you, make the update and sign it and all that stuff. So, it's been fun. It's pretty neat. The thing I'm most into is when you drag it into, there's like a little app on a Mac, like a little Mac app. You drag and drop your app onto it, and it zips it the right way and signs it and verifies that it works and all that stuff. But the verification step, it actually uses the real methods from Sparkle, and then if it verifies, then it actually will work because it's the exact same code that runs. Which is pretty cool, I think. You can know with high confidence that if it works in beta box, then it's gonna work for real. Which is always frustrating, especially when you're starting out, to do one and then realize well, crap, this isn't actually working after you test it and deploy it, which depending on your setup might be a huge pain. So I heard the sirens and saw this guy behind me, and I was like, oh, is that a cop? But it is not. Not that I did anything wrong, just, thought someone was trying to pull me over. Don't want to run from him. Anyway. Yeah. What's up? Oh, yeah, it's funny. I texted my designer friend, who's been really good motivation. He's super excited about this little project, so it keeps me going. And I was telling him yeah, I actually use this real Sparkle to validate it, whatever. And he was he texted me back a while later. And he's like, that is beautiful. And I was like, I don't think I sent him some designs. It's not that good looking. What was he talking about? And then I realized he was talking about the verification stuff. I was like, oh, thanks. That made me feel really good. So I don't know. I've only spent a couple hours on it here and there. Most of the API is done. I just did a quick little Rails app because that's what I'm most efficient in. I was kind of wanting to do it in Elixir just because I like Elixir and I don't know it very well and I want to learn it more. But, I think this is the new Warrior Stadium. That is large. Cool. I should turn here. Come on. So, yeah, I did it in Rails really fast. The actual, the style sheet I stole from Heavy Rotation, which is another past side project I don't work on anymore. I really liked the design of it. I mean, it's really simple. It was meant to be simple. I don't write any page specific styles. I just write HTML, and it looks good, which is my personal philosophy of CSS. I realize that is not a popular opinion. Everyone wants to litter everything with classes, which I personally find extremely distasteful, but I know that's what people do. That said, I don't work on real web apps, so, you know, I get that it probably doesn't scale. Anyway, so that's really simple, just a little Rails app. You know, you can't even sign up if you want an account. I'll make one for you at this point because it's super beta. You can just see the apps you've released and see the release notes and edit them if you need to and whatnot. And then the Mac app, you just sign in really simply. It actually uses OAuth under the covers, but you know, you just put your username and password. And there's the Bay Bridge. Yeah, then you just see your list of apps, the most recent it was updated, how many downloads it has, that kind of thing. And then you can hit the little plus button, drag an app in, and then it'll like zip it and verify it and all this stuff. And then it writes some release notes, then you upload it and you're done. Pretty simple. I need to add really good error messages for if it doesn't verify, like why and what happened. Because that's like the main thing is if you screw something up, it's really hard to debug. So I want to work on that. I have some ideas for it. It may as well to modify Sparkle a little bit, which isn't a big deal. It should be pretty easy to keep those updates in sync with like release Sparkle. So I have a feeling I'll probably just have to maintain a fork for my own needs. I mean, I'll contribute it back, but I doubt they'd accept it. There's kind of no reason for them to add those things unless you're using it like I'm using it, which is not what it's for. Oh, no one's going. It's green. There's AT&T Park. I hope the video looks good. Maybe it's too dark. We'll see. Yeah. So, yeah, it's funny, as I was designing the list view, I was just kind of, I threw a lot of it together in Interface Builder really quick. For the Mac, I find it just so slow to make interfaces for it in Sketch, because all the libraries I've found, like UI libraries, aren't complete by any means. So it's like, oh, I need this kind of button. Oh, it doesn't exist. Well, I could spend like some time and make it, but like I'm just throwing this together to like see. So either I'll like switch to like pen and paper, because I just need to like sketch out the layout. But if I do it in Sketch, it's like too distracting to like, I don't know. I should just start doing boxes in Sketch. That'd be better. But anyway, I've been using Interface Builder like super roughly, not even like working, just to like prototype out some stuff, or like visually prototype out some stuff. For fun. So saying something about that. I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I was doing that. What's up? Guy's staring at me. And I was like, the right side of this list view, or like cell, looks kind of empty. Like, what's going on here? I gotta put something there. I don't know what to put there. I don't really need any controls or anything, because like if you want to edit stuff, you can go on the web. The Mac app's not really for that. So if I could put some buttons there, it was like some alerts, or eventually implement the editing, like just cause, I don't know. And then I was like, oh, I can show the number of downloads. That'd be pretty neat. Like, kind of just thinking to myself, like, what information, like, what questions are you asking that this design should answer for you? And I hadn't really considered download tracking until I thought, I need to put something extra in the cell because it looks empty. What should I put here? And I was like, oh, well, this whole other big feature, which is kind of interesting. I've never designed a feature that way before. Usually it's like features first, and then how can I fit them into the design. Rarely does the design like give me feature ideas. So I don't know if that's like why. I feel like, as my experience receiving designs, that is a very common birthplace of features. but in like real work, I've never seen that before, really. I don't know. Just like an off the hand, like, oh, throw a label here, and then it's like, oh, that's this huge feature like no one thought about. I haven't seen that in a while, so I don't know. I thought that was interesting that I accidentally discovered a feature idea I was into with the designs. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, I can talk about how downloads work if you're interested. I mean, you don't really have a choice because you can't communicate with me right now, so I'm going to tell you about it. Here's the ferry building. Beautiful. Hope this angle's good, because I can't really take this modified GoPro mount off my helmet now. I mean, probably not easily. Use a heat gun, maybe. I don't know. I should turn around. Oh, this is where I wanted to turn around. And screen. Perfect. So, yeah, downloads. Downloads are pretty easy. Basically, I'll make another, like, service because, I don't know, it's pretty self-contained, and or maybe I won't make another service. I don't know. Historically, I would make another service for this because it's so simple. Maybe I'll make some middleware to do it or something. I don't know. I usually keep it separate, though. But I'll just make all the URLs to downloads be, like, download.betabox or something like that, instead of, like, linking to the file in S3 directly. And then when you go to the URL, it just counts that you went there, you know, throws it in Redis or something, and then redirects you to the real URL, and that works just fine as long as whatever you're doing follows redirects, which usually is the case. So, yeah, that's how I usually implement that. I've done that before in a bunch of projects. It's worked just fine, so that's what I plan on doing. If you had a lot of load, that would not, at least the way I'm going to do it quickly in a Rails app, would not be a good way to do it. But for anything I've ever worked on, it's been just fine. My opinion with all of that is just, like, make the quickest thing, because it's not going to matter enough to make it right. Even when I worked on an app that was, like, promoted by celebrities and had quite a bit of traffic, my normal approach was just fine. So, I don't know. Most things I've worked on, startup-wise, aren't around long enough for it to matter. And if it does, then cool, you'll probably have all new people anyway, and they want to rewrite it. So, usually it's not the how well your backend scales is going to kill you. And if it does, then that's a great problem to have, because you didn't invest a bunch of time on it the first time. I don't know. I think of that. There's a pretty funny video or, like, photo around the internet of, like, a huge, like, semi flatbed, and it has, like, a little box in the middle, like a tiny, like a shoebox strapped to the middle of this, like, huge truck. It's like deploying your blog on Kubernetes. It's like the caption, or you know, using Webpack for your blog or whatever. Chinatown. So, yeah, that's definitely my philosophy. Anyway, download service, that's where I was going. Jeez. So, the Chinatown gate's just to our left here, but I don't think we can see it from here. I've been to that bar. Right here. You play liar's dice there. That was fun. I'm gonna go... Is this a road? This is a road. Alright. Cool. Look at that. Who knew? That's pretty neat. What road is this? Gotta make a note. No sign. Cool. Well, there's a taxi. Let's not get hit. They stopped. Alright. Yeah, how cool is this? I feel like I shouldn't be driving here. whatever. Neat. Waverly. Cool. Waverly it is. I think this is Pine. No, this is like Sacramento or something, I think. What is this? It was Sacramento. Nailed it. Oh, four-way crosswalk. There's a tunnel. There you go. Yeah. What was I saying? So that's Beta Box. Pretty simple. If you have any name ideas, you can throw those in the comments. I will absolutely read them. Here you go, pedestrians. I always go in the road a little bit when it's hilly like that, because I don't want to roll backwards as much. I don't know. Easy to avoid. Might as well. Yeah, we'll go this way. I'll never go this way. So eventually I want to have it, be like a little, you can make like an internal app store for something you want to distribute, like just to a few folks, or you could do like test flight lists, or have like authentication or whatever. Doing the download service type thing is a nice method for that, because if you're not authenticated, you won't get linked to the unguessable S3 URL. I'd probably even authenticate it just for added security. There's a whatever cathedral that is. I forget the name. Really pretty. Yeah. So I don't know. A lot of ideas for it once you get the base stuff done. It should be fairly easy to add like a bunch of really handy features once I just get like the MVP going. So yeah, that's what I've been hacking on. I've also been working on like a calculator for fractions in iPhone app. On that one I started in Sketch and then implemented like all the functionality in just code. Or like pure Swift rather. So no interface. And then I started like coding the interface. We'll take that back. I started with just code, like just functionality, no interface, which was fun. Really enjoyed it. And then I was like, all right, how's this gonna look? And then started with that, and then changed the functionality a bit because the design dictated that. And then now I'm still just not happy with the design, so I haven't finished it. But if you want to use it via like terminal, it works really well. So yeah, that's I should have brought a backpack. I could have got donuts. That would have been awesome. There's a great place called Bob's Donuts coming up. It's literally the best donuts in town I've ever had. They were fantastic. Anyway. Yeah, it's right there. No. Yeah, there it is. Bob's Donuts, next to the bus stop. So, yeah. So, yeah, the fraction thing I haven't been working on as much, but I worked on it a bit. I worked on it for, like, a flight and a half. Like, real hard. And then I was like, you know what, I'm kind of, I don't know. I want it to exist, but it's, I don't know. I'm at the design phase, and I can't make up my mind. Maybe I'll ask some designers for help, I don't know. It's kind of, there's one interaction that's going to be real weird. I've never seen anything like what I have in mind. So that's what's bugging me, because I can't come up with something that is good. Or another interaction that would work better. Because you need to enter the numerator and the denominator separately. Be able to say, like, when it's done. Like, you can't just type, like, 11/234. because maybe you mean like, I don't know, like do you mean 1 and 1 234th, or do you mean like 11 234ths? It's hard to know. So you need like some divider to say like, I'm starting to type the fraction now, and then I'm typing the second half of the fraction now, and then whenever you type an operation, it's like the end of the fraction. So that sucks because it's just confusing. And if you change your mind, I don't know. I've thought about it a lot. Didn't come up with anything good. I should think about it some more, I guess. I was working on another app. If you make, well, I'm pretty into BetaBox. If you're making these other ones, I'd be fine with that. I just mainly want them to exist. It's not that I think they're going to make money. For a long time, I was like, I'm only going to make side projects that make money because extra like passive income would be fantastic. Especially when I was freelancing. It's like, then I don't have to freelance. I can just work on my thing. Like, that'd be super cool. But lately, I've been just working on fun ones because I don't know. I want to enjoy it if I'm going to do it, I guess, in my free time, since I program all day anyway. And that's not like, it's not enjoyable, but it's not like do whatever you want. So, you know, when I'm at home, I want to do whatever I want, and I want it to be fun, not another, like, put in the work to get some big result. I just want to have fun. I don't know. Well, that makes sense. Not that I don't like work. That's not what I'm saying. It's a different mode when you're doing your own thing versus someone else's thing. Anyway, this video is more than you bargained for. This is getting long. What was I saying? Yeah, I was working on another one called Balance, I think. Wallet? No, not Wallet. That name's taken. I don't remember what I called it. Something like that. I was working on that a bunch, like right around New Year's. And it was basically show you all of your balances in all of your accounts. So you can link your bank account, maybe have a couple, I know I do, your credit cards, your Coinbase, whatever, and kind of a way to just see like what are your total assets, to have some Robinhood integration eventually, like that kind of junk. Kind of like what shares was a long time ago, but more answer the question of just how much money do I have, not how much have I made in stocks. So I feel like that's like a path to answering how much money do I have, both like liquid and not liquid. So that's kind of the idea. I started on it and I had a lot of the server done. Due to the way Plaid works, which is what I was going to use as the provider, you need a back end for security stuff. So had all that working in a really nice way, so the server couldn't read any of your information. It does like the authentication and gives the client the token, which it can store securely in the keychain, and then the server doesn't hold on to it. So later, if someone like hacked the server, they wouldn't be able to see any information about anything, which is cool. So I was into that, just nerd stuff. I started on the client, but I just kind of got stuck on design / just lost motivation for server stuff. I don't know. I used to have so many great libraries for doing everything, and I feel like I haven't really kept that up with Swift. So now, like, starting a project is kind of tedious, because I just have to reinvent a bunch of stuff that I've done a bunch of times. Versus I used to just like swipe a library and then I could get to the heart of like making my idea really quickly because I'd written so much stuff. This is a terrible road, man. So, jeez. Oh gosh. There we go. So, gosh, can't even talk. I'm getting bounced around so much. Anyway, so that one just isn't really that enjoyable because I'm past like the fun part on the technical stuff I was interested in, and now it's just kind of like grinding through all of the edge cases that isn't really fun because I know I should be solving it in a better way, so it just feels like wasting time to solve it one off everywhere. Same for like a lot of components in beta box to server I've written before, or just like copied and pasted from a past project, which is just hurts me to do. I really need to put all that in some library, open source it. So anyway, yeah. Well, it was fun getting my bandsaw set up. I'm very excited for that. It took me quite some time to figure out like what the problem was, and then fix that, which is like super simple. And then I realized a bunch of other stuff was wrong because that one thing was wrong. It was like the alignment of the wheels and stuff. So easy once I got it fixed. The instructions are kind of out of order on how to do that. I think they assume that it comes like more tuned than it was, so it tells you how to like adjust the stuff I needed to adjust after the part where it's like turn it on for the first time and see how it does, which like didn't go well because it wasn't really set up. Also, there was like some lever you have to install that didn't tell you about in the instructions. Like, I don't know, that kind of stuff. I mean, not hard, it just before when I was doing it I was kind of like pressed for time, so I was like, I don't really have time to like sit here and like think about this and read it all. I just need to like get this done, and that didn't work, obviously. So that's been cool. I need to do the same with my CNC machine. I got it like, geez, like months ago. I finally got the last piece. Are you gonna stop? All right, I'll go. I got the last piece like, I don't know, several weeks ago at this point. But I had it all, and then I was missing a piece for like a long time. So I haven't even turned it on, which is sad, because I still need to like calibrate it and stuff. But my garage has like this slant. I need to build like a little stand for it so it can be level. It's kind of complicated. I'll show you in another video. I have most of it done, so it should be easy enough to like show you what I've finished and then finish it. Like, look, yeah, it works. So once I get it set up, it'll be really quick to like use it, but I still have like several hours I need to spend to like assemble the last bits and finish this table and calibrate it all and on and on. So I just haven't made time for it. So my mother-in-law is visiting this week, and I just popped out for a minute because several minutes, I suppose. She was hanging out with my wife. Let's give them some time. And the next week, our friend's staying with us, so I probably won't have any time that week. And the week after that, we're going diving like right after they leave, and then right after that, like my wife's cousin's staying with us, like he and his wife. I'm excited for them to come, don't get me wrong, but it'll be a while before I can play with my thing, which has been the last several weeks as well, which has been super busy, like traveling and whatnot, so no big deal. No complaints, just you know, I feel like a dummy to spend all that money on the thing and then not use it. Oh jeez, is that their turn? I'm not sure. I always hate when someone turns from there. Yeah, anyway. Well, we're getting back towards Twin Peaks. We were on this road before, actually, so I guess this is as good as any to cut it off, and it's going to get extra dark again, so nothing to see. Thanks for coming along. Hopefully this was interesting. Also, I super hope that the video and the audio worked. It'd be a bummer if I did all this talking and didn't record. I was about to say, and you couldn't see it, but that wouldn't really be that much of a bummer because this is. I'm surprised you're into this, but whatever. Yeah, what is the temperature? Let's just see real quick. It is 60 degrees. It does not feel like 60 degrees. It feels very cold. I'm wearing long johns too under my jeans. Whatever. Yeah. Well, have a good day or evening, and thanks for watching. Bye. That was weird. Sorry. Just bye. See ya.